Hey everyone, good morning. Jess here, and I'm just trying to get some good light going on. I am here to show you guys this brand new Voyage collection. Kind of give you an idea, some comparisons of colors that are already available, things that you already have, so you kind of have an idea on what is going on. Hello. Let's see. All right, I'm trying to not have this one, the line in my situation. All right, so hopefully it's given everyone a minute to come and join me. So the new collection is available for a limited time in the minis. And so these, people always ask sometimes, oh, can I get the mini set? And you can't after a certain amount of time because they are limited. So you can grab these while they are available. And these are the minis. So let me see if I can look at your lovely comments. All right. Ooh, how exciting. Oh, Hannah, hi. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to get this to show me. There we go. Hey, it came up. Awesome. So now I can see your guys' comments if you have any. But these are the new collection. So I'm going to get started. I'm actually going to paint them for you and talk about comparisons on them. So let's go ahead and start with Persuasion. This one is going to be, I think, the most popular of the collection. It looks like on the outside of the bottle that it's kind of a pinky red, but let's show you what this is about. So this is a beautiful pearly pink, kind of like a darker pearly pink color. Goes on really nice and smooth. What is on my bottle? Something funny. Goes on really nice and smooth. And because in cameras, it is so hard to tell the shades of things. Look how nice that is, one coat. Really beautiful coverage. So pretty. But you can see that little bit of pearl in it, which is really, really nice. My first client of the day, I hadn't even gotten to open these yet. And she picked this. So I think this is going to be an extremely popular color. It reminds me a lot of, just clean that up for a second. Get the lamp ready. It reminds me a lot of some of my favorites in Options collection. This one in particular, which those of you who have Risky Pink saw this and probably thought, ooh, that's like Risky Pink. It is and it's not. So Risky Pink is, if you don't have it, an amazing summer color. And if you don't have a lot of Options colors, this is one that I do suggest you get. It blends really, really nice into an ombre. But as you can see, it has a little bit more sparkle kind of to it than, and a little bit more blue than Persuasion. So similar in tone, but definitely this is a little bit more of a pearl and this has a little bit more of a sparkle to it. So Risky Pink is really similar, just a little bit more exciting in Risky Pink than it is in Persuasion, but Persuasion is gorgeous. We don't get a lot of pearl colors with Akzentz, so whenever we get one, I get very excited. I wanted to show you real quick the color in Luxio that I thought it was closest to is probably going to be Expression. And I don't know if you can tell, but Expression is quite a bit more pink. So it doesn't really have one that's identical to it. And of course, nothing in Luxio has this pearlescent to it as of yet. So definitely different than one that you're going to have in your drawer. So that is Persuasion. And I'm going to move on to Virtue. And Virtue is a new bright fiery red. It's got a little bit of an orange to it. So let me paint that. And then I will do some comparisons while it's curing. So in the summer, especially when people ask for a red, I do get a lot of requests for, oh, do you have one that's really bright? There's a piece of lint. No fuzz on the swatches. Thank you. So this is a really nice bright red that has, it's like, we call it a fire red because it's got a little bit of an orange to it. So comparatively, if you were to hold it up with Mischievous, Mischievous is more red, less bright of an orange. It's a little bit darker. So we'll switch that. We'll grab Distraction. This one's Distraction. So Virtue and Distraction, similar, but this one is a little bit lighter than this one. So this is kind of filling a gap, and it's also brighter. This one, I'm not sure if it comes out looking quite as bright, but it's definitely a brighter red. And this is a Prerogative, and this is definitely more of a red and then an orange, or a blue red than an orange red. So this one's a nice bright summer red, which will be awesome. And that is Virtue. Close these up because if I grab it, you know it's going to be a hot mess. All right, Virtue. Now we're going to go to Instinct. Last year, Akzentz came out with Dauntless, which ended up being just the most fun color. It's a very mustardy yellow and was super popular. Well, they went a step further and went ahead and grabbed some feedback from people that wanted that kind of a tone, but with a little bit more of an orange tint to it. So this is Instinct. Something on there. You want to make sure that when you swatch, you're always buffing your swatches before you swatched them. So I buffed before we started because otherwise your colors on a shiny surface are just going to peel right off. All right, so when you compare the two, you can see the Dauntless is quite a bit more yellow and Instinct has quite a bit more orange to it, but it's still that nice, bright, almost mustard color. I tried to get out another orange that might be good comparison to this, but we just don't have one. So this is definitely super unique, which is great. Unique is important. All right, so I'm going to move on over to Glimpse. And Glimpse was an easier one for me to find a match to just because we do already have a lot of nudes. But what is going to be exciting is I have a client in particular who just adores Cremel, but would love a little bit different shade. So Glimpse is a nice nude color, and it's not as translucent as Cremel, and it has a little bit different tone than Cremel. But see, you can put this on as a translucent. If you drag, keep getting lint on these. If you drag it a little bit more instead of float your brush, sorry, linties are coming from somewhere. There it is. But you can kind of see that you can see through it. So with one coat, you could call this a semi-sheer, which is really nice for especially the springtime when people like to go just a little bit lighter. All right, I got all the linties off because they were relentless. I'm gonna take my clean brush, just try to clean my swatch up just a little bit before I put that in. And what I'll do is I'll do a second coat just on half of it so that you can see. Most of the colors from Akzentz are pretty dang solid with one coat. This one could use a second coat because you can see the swatch through it a little bit. But like these ones, you can't even see the swatch line. So they're really, really solid. You don't have to worry about that kind of thing happening. But let me show you Cremel, the comparison. So I'm hoping that you can catch the color differences. Cremel is definitely a darker, more yellowy tone, whereas your Glimpse has a little bit more pink to it. It's like a light version of Forever, which Forever is the most popular. Hello, Cindy. So I'm going to grab that. And I'm just going to do a second coat on the other half of this so that you can see the difference in the one coat versus two coats. Is that you can see that that first coat does go on sheer, which will allow you a little bit more versatility. If you have someone that wants that more, you know, American manicure look where they don't want a bright pink and white, you can use a color like Glimpse or Cremel and actually float it over the entire nail after you do your pink and white, and it'll give them a little bit more of that look. All right, let's move on to Lustful. And Lustful is going to be crazy popular as well. This is another gorgeous light pink. I don't know about you, but my clients are obsessed with Fairy. And this is a version that is like Fairy, but not as bubblegummy pink. It's got a little bit more of a corally base. It reminded me a little bit like a lighter version. Gosh, where are these lints coming from? A lighter version of Serenity. So I'll show you the comparisons of those. Okay. I'll get that in the light. Bring that Glimpse. Okay, so here you can see with Glimpse how one coat versus two coats, you get that translucency. So it's a nice sheer. If someone wants just a nice even coverage on their nail, that'll work really well. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple of interesting comparisons here. Oh, Stephanie, that was a very nice comment. Okay, so this is Fairy. This is extremely popular year-round, but especially in the spring. But look at the difference. You have that same lightness, but you get a little bit less of that pinky, you know, blue pink. It's a little warmer. So really, really going to be popular. If you compare it to Serenity, it's a nice light version of Serenity. So these are great. This is a great new color. I know that there's going to be so many people that love it. So that is Lustful, which is terrific. All right, and one more because my client's about to be here because I got nails to do today too, ladies. All right, Jaded. Jaded has zero comparisons because it is a super cool, unique color. So there was nothing for me to pull out. This is kind of like a green, gray denim. It's like jade, right? So it's like impossible to really think of another color that even looks anywhere close to this. So I'm excited to see how this goes. Now it looks like one coat is a semi-sheer, so this is definitely going to be a 2-coat coverage, but it's a super cool color. It's nothing like Seafoam. Any of those are all much brighter green. So Jaded is just going to be this really cool gray, green, blue color. So enjoy that. All right, so these kits I believe are about $56, so you can get the entire collection for $99, and you can get them all at lovenails.com right now. And we're shipping out. And a couple of you might actually have already gotten them because I was gone, but I'm back. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, enjoy these new colors. They're going to be terrific for summer and spring this year. There's Jaded with 1 coat, but again, it's going to need a good solid 2 coats for that one, I think. Yeah, great new colors. So exciting. All right, guys, we'll catch you later. Thanks. Bye.